and they extend from Houston over towards Katy, up towards the Woodlands, Liberty, Wharton, and down towards Angleton, Bay City, Galveston. Numerous flood advisories out there because we've had so much rain in such a short period of time. So not only are we worried about the tornado threat and the threat for damaging wind, but we're also concerned very much still about that threat for flooding, and that's exactly what we have developing out there right now. So we are covered with the flood advisories at this point, and these flood advisories will stick around through the rest of the afternoon. So keep in mind that this situation will gradually improve, but for now, we are still dealing with a pretty high threat for severe weather. As we've been mentioning for the last few days, this severe threat had been increasing, and the highest risk we felt would be from Houston down towards the coast, and that's exactly what we have had to happen. We've had multiple reports of tornadoes that have touched down, including around the Pearland area, northwest Baytown area, and over towards Siena. And we certainly are still monitoring this, and we'll keep you updated if we do have any additional reports. But I know many of you are wondering, when is this going to be over? When is this going to get out of here? Our futurecast shows right around 3:30 this big area of strong to severe storms pushing to the east, off to the east of Houston as it is right now. As we go through the rest of the afternoon, 4, 5 o'clock, it continues to push east, still impacting Galveston around 4 p.m. Heavy rain, that threat for flooding. Strong wind gusts, maybe over 60 miles per hour, and still that tornado threat will stick around. I think by 5:30, 6 o'clock, it's starting to push out of our viewing area. So that is the good news. You don't have to worry about having to go through this for all evening, all of the nighttime, but for a few more hours, we have to worry about it. We have to get through it. And then after that, conditions will improve and then things will start to dry out. It's still going to be windy, breezy, but we will start to dry things out. So that is certainly some good news. So we are going to see the weather improve, but for now, we're talking about still that potential for some strong to severe storms. So the good news is that we will start to improve in about 2 to 3 hours. But as I mentioned, until we get there, you still need to stay weather aware, be on guard, because we do have that threat for still a few more of these storms pulsing up and becoming strong to severe. So I am going to switch it back to our radar if I can, but I did want to give you an update on what we are expecting. We have been talking a lot about all of the severe weather, all of the flooding going on, but I did want to give you an update on what you can expect as far as timing for this system. But now I want to go back and show you what's going on with the radar currently. So let me load this up for you and see if we have any updates on any storm reports. We do still have a tornado warning that goes out until 3:30 p.m. and that is for Chambers County and for portions of Liberty County until 3:30. As I mentioned, time right now is 3:12, so we've got about another 18 minutes or so with this tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located just southeast of Ames, or about 11 miles southeast of Liberty, and this is continuing to push off to the northeast pretty quickly. So I do want to show you this tornado warning once again. You can see the city of Devers there. This is to the southwest of Sour Lake. This is to the southwest of China, and this is to the northeast of Mont Belvieu, where we had a pretty good signature of a tornado as this cell moved through that area. But right now our concern will be for the city of Devers as this system pushes off to the north and east. We still have very heavy rain out there. We've still got this one tornado warning that we have to deal with for about 18 more minutes, 17 to 18 more minutes, and then hopefully things will start to calm down as this system as a whole slowly but surely pushes off to the east. All right, I'm going to switch back to our storm relative velocity mode with our radar, and I want to show you the rotation potential in this. So we're still seeing some rotation in this. This is going to be just to the south and west of Devers, but it is not as strong as it was earlier. So that is the good news. We do still have a tornado warning here, but it is not as strong. But still, you need to be very cautious and take this seriously because we've had multiple tornadic touchdowns, multiple tornadoes reported throughout the afternoon. So certainly take this seriously. If you are in Devers, stay in your safe place, get inside, lowest level, most interior room, because we're still seeing this notch, this area of rotation here. You can see the winds flowing towards and away from the radar, the green up against the red, and that indicates that we do still have that threat for a possible tornado rolling right over the city of Devers. So we certainly still have the threat for an additional tornado. Hopefully we won't have any more. We will continue to give you updates as we go through the afternoon as far as what's happening with the damage reports, the latest on the flooding, the latest on the confirmed tornadoes and the damage that those produced. But right now we're concerned that we could have another tornado developing. And we still have this tornado warning, and this is going to be right around the city of Devers until 3:30 p.m. So we are monitoring that. Of course, we'll be monitoring all of the flooding going on in the area. It has just been a very nasty, rowdy, messy weather day, but we are still concerned about an additional tornado that we could have developing across the area, and this is going to be just to the south and west of Devers. So I want to actually try to zoom in and see if we can get any other major landmarks here. This is in a more rural area. It looks like it's just to the east of FM 770 Road, Farm to Market 770 Road, and just to the south and east of Raywood. So it's going to be in between Raywood and Devers. And once again, this is a tornado warning for Chambers and Liberty County until 3:30. All right, I'm going to switch it back over to JD. He's going to give us an update on what's happening with the overall weather event, with the line of strong and severe storms, with the flood advisories, and the latest with any tornado potential. JD.
Yeah, we still have that tornado warning, which is obviously a big deal, but that's going to be a little bit more confined to the northeast of our viewing area. So I'm switching gears real quick because Ramisha's been talking about that tornado warning. I'm going to get back to it in a minute, but we still have a flood advisory for quite a bit of the area. We've been able to show you some video from different spots around town where cars are kind of getting stuck and be able to get unstuck, water on the roadways. Most of that is those normal areas that we're kind of accustomed to seeing some of that activity happening. And I will say, if we've got any TranStar cameras that we want to pop up during any of while I'm talking, that would be fantastic to kind of just sort of give that idea of what we're looking at. So we've actually got on your screen there on the top, it's one of the TranStar cameras, and I'm afraid I'm not able to, looks like that's going to be out 290 is where that's going to be located. And then in the bottom picture there, okay, there's that 290 at west. So yeah, still dealing with some rain. That's going to be some lighter rain that's happening out to the northwest in Harris County, up 290 at the moment. That's kind of what we're looking at. Again, at the moment is some of that lighter rain that's happening. But there's still some pockets of heavier rain that's happening across the Houston area right now. And so all of these green boxes here, or polygons, are representing those flood advisories from the National Weather Service. And so that is more attributed to the rain that has already fallen and is on the ground and causing problems. That's why they're a flood advisory. We don't see those flash flood warnings necessarily at this point. But for sure, there's still a fairly organized line right along the coast. It starts down near Freeport, Brazoria County, moving up through Galveston and Galveston County, and then over into Chambers County, and even up into Liberty County. In that corner of Liberty County, that southeastern corner of Liberty County, is where we have the tornado warning. So let me jump into that real quick, because again, I don't want us to sort of drop that completely. Well, we might need to drop that completely. Let me take a look. Well, as a matter of fact, the National Weather Service has decided to cancel that tornado warning. So that is some great news. So at the moment, no tornado warnings for our area, but we still have that severe thunderstorm warning. So let's get a little bit of a closer look at that warning, and it's going to be right on the coast. If you're in the Clear Lake area, you're going to be included into that. And then also that's going to look like it slips over into Brazoria County as well. So let me pull up the information so that I can tell you exactly why we're having that severe thunderstorm warning. And that's going to be primarily from some wind gusts that that are close to 60 miles an hour. We're also looking at the possibility of some hail that could be kind of mixed in there, but it's mainly the wind gusts that's bringing that warning to us. Again, that is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's going to be primarily just along the coast. Looks like that's going to go down in the Galveston County. Looks like Texas City is in there, just to the south of League City. Tiki Island would be in there. We're looking down in the Dickinson area, Texas City, a little bit further over to the coast into the Clear Lake area as well, going across Galveston Bay, and then we get over into Chambers County, a bit of Bolivar Peninsula included in there, although it's not storming at the moment at Bolivar Peninsula. That is out over the bay waters at the moment. But it was definitely looking at, again, some more of that intense rain that's still out there. And this is kind of the last push, I think, that we're going to see with this storm system. Now, there is some lighter rain, less organized rain, that's kind of behind that a little bit down in the Brazoria County area near Angleton and over into Freeport. So we've talked about the warned area here. That's going to be up in the Galveston County. Now looking down towards Freeport and Brazoria County, there's a little bit more of those showers and downpours happening, for sure slipping out into the Gulf of Mexico as well. And we'll continue to watch these areas, but that's going to be lighter rain. And again, the Weather Service not issuing a warning as part of those systems. The strongest of the storms right now are going to be in this warned area that we're talking about. So remember, we did have a warning for parts of Liberty County, and that tornado warning has been dropped. It's been expired. So that rotation that was evident by radar, not clearly there as much as it was previously. But I do want to just sort of pause for a minute if you've sort of just begun to watch our coverage here and you're maybe